Hey guys, welcome to Build No Code Hustle. I'm Soham, and in this series, we are going to build a community platform in just 4 days. Now, if you have been following my videos, you might have encountered that I already have a paid course on my website that is Build No Code Hustle. So, what's the difference? You must be thinking. So, I'm going to tell you the difference, and I'm going to tell you why I came up with this course idea soon. All right. So let's first get into this series. All right, what I'm gonna cover in this series. So I'm just gonna show you. So I'm gonna call this as Community App Lite because this is going to be a light version, a decent app with decent functionalities. All right. So here's the model. So in the first day, that is today, we are going to build a landing page. All right. So in the premium content, that is the paid online course, I am not going to cover the landing page. So you can use this series, this free series. Okay, you can integrate this with my paid course, and on top of that, you can also integrate the chat or the messaging app that I had a few weeks back. You can combine these three together, and you can build a really amazing community platform for your own business. All right. So in day one, as I said, we are going to build a landing page. In day two, we are going to focus on user onboarding. Now, I don't know if you have noticed, but I focus on user experience because I don't feel, I know user experience is really key and it's important because your customers engage more with your applications. And the more they engage, the more it builds subconsciously a loyalty to your brand. So please focus on your UX or user experience. All right. In day three, we are going to build a admin dashboard. So over here, the admin can create different spaces, different courses. Now, just to keep in mind, in this course, we are not going to host a video on Bubble. It's just going to be a simple link. All right. And in day four, we are going to set up a member dashboard where they can, add new posts, they can enroll themselves to new courses, and they can join new spaces. Now, coming to the paid community platform course that I'm still working on because the thing is, Bubble recently came up with new updates, and I'm planning to integrate those updates in the course, so you are up to date. Your knowledge about Bubble is up to date. So I'm still in progress. Just few things left, and I'm soon going to publish it. So please don't waste your time. If you really want to build your own community platform without wasting any money on other platforms, just join the waitlist because if you join the waitlist, you're gonna get a early access discount. So here's the thing: what we are gonna cover in this paid course. So apart from the first and the second model, that is migrating design from Figma to Bubble and the basic crude operation, I'm going to cover this in this series, so that's fine. But the main thing is the model three. All right, we need to monetize our community platform, right? We need to earn some bucks. We need to generate revenue. So in order to have that, in this course, I am focusing on how we can build different types of products. It can be online course, it can be digital products like ebooks, podcasts, anything. Now, in order to monetize that, we are going to integrate Stripe with our Bubble community platform. After that, we are also going to integrate MailerLite in our Bubble application. For those who don't know, MailerLite is an email marketing software, really amazing software. And by leveraging this, we are basically going to create different list, custom list, and then we can run email campaigns. So if you want to have an announcement about a new course, if you want to promote discounts, you can use MailerLite. And we're going to integrate our Bubble application with MailerLite. And lastly, we're going to make the app responsive, mobile responsive. But in this free series, I'm not going to focus on responsiveness. But on the other series, I have a few models where I'm focusing on responsiveness. So you can use that. All right. On top of that, in this paid course, I am also going to include few bonus content for you guys. Trust me, you're gonna love it. So if you really want to build your own community platform instead of paying some other brand some money, just build it on your own. Seriously, worth it. Because I was just going through different community platforms that we have. So let's talk about Kajabi. Kajabi is really good, but the thing is, I don't like their pricing model. Now I understand it's their business model. I don't blame them. But as a content creator, I know how much time and energy, effort is put into building a course, be it anything. And after that, they take a transaction fee out of it just for using their platform. On top of that, we are also paying them monthly, and then they are also getting a share or cut out of the sale that we make. Just not fair, but no hate to Kajabi or all the other online platform communities. It's their business model, so it's okay. But over here, as you can see, they have limitations. All right, so over here, as you can see, we have to pay $69 per month or $149 per month, but we can only create 50 landing pages. We can only have one product. We can only have 250 contacts and 50 active customers and just one website. Now let's talk about another community platform. This is Thinkific, really good, really famous. Most of them use both of these platforms. And as you can see in the free version, or let's go with the basic one, the paid one. All right. So we can only have one community. We can only have five spaces in a community. We can only have five digital downloads, and we can only have five live events. I mean, it doesn't make sense. But in Bubble, you can have unlimited spaces. You can have unlimited landing pages for product. You can have unlimited products. You can have different types of product. You can have unlimited list of customers. Trust me. The only thing that's gonna require from your end is just to get some time out of your busy schedule and work on your app, because it's going to be your app. Anyway, without wasting any time, let's get into our design. So I'm going to head over to a Figma file. So this is how a landing page is going to be and look like. Looks really good. All right. So in order to make this easy for you guys, I have created different sections over here. So this is going to be the header. Then we have section one, which is basically the hero section. All right. And then we have section two, which basically shows all the courses that we have. Section three is basically testimonial. Section 4 is introduction to our team. Section 5 is CTA, primary CTA. And in the end, we have footer. All right. So let's see what do we have in our curriculum. So I'm going to head over to our Notion doc and let's see. So in day one, we are going to focus on styling elements. We're going to set up our database. And then we're going to start designing and building all the sections that I just showed you. So let's get into this. So head over to Bubble. Make sure that you have an account with it, and for this series it's okay, you can use the free version. You don't need to have a paid version because we are not integrating Stripe in this. So let's create an app, and I'm going to call this as No Coders Hub, and let's get started. Let's start with basic features. Click on next. The font that we're going to use is going to be Inter. Next step. And let's start setting up the color palette. I'm going to head over to Figma file and let's start copying, pasting. This one is going to be the primary color, which is D24304. I'm just going to copy this and paste it over here. There we go. Primary contrast is good for text. It's going to be 1F1515. I'm going to copy this, paste this over here. There we go. For surface, instead of using pure white, we're going to use a shade of white, which is FFFDF9. Let's copy this, paste this over here. I think it didn't work. Yeah, now it's working. Apart from that, I think we are good to go. Let's click on next steps. As of now, we don't need to download any plugin, but we are going to download a few plugins later on. So let's just click on start building. So we're going to build our landing page on the default index page. So let's start working on it. But before that, we do need to style a few elements. All right, so click on styles over here and let's start working on this. Let us first add a few colors on our color palette because I'm not happy with the color palette that we have right now. So let's see what else are we missing. We do need to add this one. This is going to be the color for our subtext, which is B5, B4, B1. Copy this. Click on create new color variable. Let's call this uh, secondary text dark gray. Let's create this and let's paste the color code over here. There we go. Let's add one more, which is going to be the border color, which is EB. Let's call this border light gray. There we go. Now we're done styling our variables. Now it's time to style the elements. So let's see what do we have. Let's first start with buttons. So we have primary button over here. So let's see. I'm just gonna head back to our Figma file and let's see. So we have three types of buttons. First one is the primary button. Second one is the secondary button, and the third one is the outline button. So let's go ahead and start building this. So for primary, the font size is going to be 14. Roundness is going to be 6. No need of outset, so set it as none. Click on layout. Click on conditions. I don't want button to show any color change when it's hovered, so I'm gonna remove this condition. For flat button, I'm just gonna delete this and let's add a new style, which is going to be a secondary button. And this one is going to be button. There we go. Now let's see. So it just has a border and a white background. Pretty simple. So let's focus on that. Click on appearance. Font color is going to be our text color. Background color is going to be white. We are going to add a solid border with a color or of our border color, that is EB. And there we go. Looks good. Click on condition. Looks good. Now time to focus on the outline button. Now for the outline, we just have a text. That's it. Everything is white. So let's start. Well, let's first remove the condition. Click on appearance. This is fine. This is fine as well. Let's get rid of the border. And roundness is going to be 6. Actually, we don't need roundness, but yeah. Let's get rid of outset as well. Looks good to me. Let's focus on single line, or you can say input fields. So we have standard input field over here. Let's add a background style, which is going to be a flat color, but this is going to be pure white. Roundness is going to be 6, and border color is going to be our border color from our color palette. Click on layout and let's add a padding of 12 only on the left and right side. Click on condition. Let's see. I don't want any condition when it's hovered, when it's focused as well. Let's do the same thing for multi-line input as well. Let's get rid of these two conditions. Click on layout. Let's add a padding. Click on appearance. Let's add a background style. Roundness is going to be 6. Border color is going to be our border color. Looks good to me. Yep. What else do we have? Let's see. I mean, as of now, we're good with this. Yeah, looks good. All right. All right. Now let's focus on building the header. That is the first part. So let's head back to our design. And for header, we're going to use a floating group. Let's drop it. But before that, I'm going to select our page, make this as column because we are stacking elements. Width is going to be 1440, and height is going to be, let's go with, I'm just going to go with 3000. All right. All right. Let's click on appearance. Let's call this as home. And let's call this as NoCodersHub. There we go. Let's change the background color to our background color. Amazing. All right, now let's focus on the floating group. Let's call this as floating group header. All right, click on layout. This is going to be column and check fixed width. Min width is going to be 0. Height is going to be 80. And let's make it fixed height. Click on appearance. And over here, let's add our background color. All right. And let's also add a border. But check this box because I just want border on the edge. All right. So check this box and we're going to add a border style on bottom, which is going to be our border color. Amazing. Looks good. Now let's drop a group inside our header and let's call this as group header inner. Click on appearance. This is going to be row. Min width is going to be 0. Max width is going to be 1200. And let's center this as well. I'm going to get rid of min height and uncheck this box. And let's add a padding of 32 only on the left and right side. Okay, now let's see. So we have our logo over here, and then we have few text fields which are grouped together, as you can see over here. And then we have a button. All right. So let's first focus on the logo and then the section. So let's drop an image in group inner. Let's center this as well. And let's make this 32 and check this box that is keep element aspect ratio fixed. Now click on appearance. Now we're going to upload a static image. So from the asset file, just use, you can use the SVG or the PNG, anything works, but I'm just going to go with SVG. All right, there we go. Looks good. I'm going to call this as image logo. Keep in mind, just make sure that you name the elements. It's really important. So just keep that in mind. All right, now let's focus on the text fields. So we had three text fields. First one is going to be the home. And this one is going to be, let's make this semi bold. All right, let's center this as well. Click on layout. Center this as well. I'm just going to copy this, select our group inner, paste this, and let's call this as what was it? Academy and blogs. All right. There we have academy, but this one is going to be gray, our secondary text color. I'm going to copy this and paste this again. This one is going to be blogs. And lastly, we had a button, which was Bubble that came up with a new feature that is you can add icons and labels in your buttons over here. All right, because before that, in order to create this element, I had to use a hero icon and a button or a text field, and I had to like group them together. But now they came up with this feature, which is like really amazing. Anyway, we're just gonna stick with the label one, and this one is going to be login. Let's click on layout. Let's uncheck fixed width. Min width is going to be 0. Let's make it fit width to content. Height over here is going to be 32. Oh, you know what? Let's make it 35. All right. Let's enter this as well. So over here, we are going to group these four elements together into a column group. So let's select these three text and our button. Right click, group them into a column container. Oh, my bad. It's going to be a row container. Apologies. Over here, we're going to add a column gap of, let's go with 12. 12 looks good. Min height is going to be 0. And let's make it fit with the content. Let's call this group right because it's going to be on the right. Now I'm going to select group header inner and I'm going to change the container alignment from left align to space between. There we go. Now let's change the sequence for this. I want this last and I think we're good to go. Amazing. All right. Now we're done with our header. Now it's time to focus on section 1. So over here, we have this group which has two text field, and this one is a separate group. Then we have an image over here, and then again a text field with four different images. So let's quickly work on this. All right. So the text field over here, it's bold and 50. The size is 50, and this text field is medium 80. All right. So I'm gonna drop a group over here. Let's call this group section 1. Let's follow the sequence that we have in Figma because we are migrating design from Figma to Bubble. So yeah, amazing. Min width is going to be 0. Height is going to be, let's go with 500. All right. Actually, let's make it 700. I need some space to work with. Now, if you notice, we already have a floating group, and that's where the group section 1 is hiding behind the header. So in order to bring it down or push it down, we're going to add a top margin of 80, and there we go. Now, max width is going to be 1200, and let's center this as well. Let's add a padding of 32 on left and right, and should we go with 48 or 60? Let me check. It's 60, so let's stick with 60. You know what, let's make it 50. 50 on top and bottom, 32 on left and right. All right, now let's drop a text field over here. I'm just going to copy what we have over here. The source to learn no code, bring your ideas to life. I'm just going to copy this, paste this over here, center this as well. Click on layout and check fit height, fit width to content. Let's see. Click on appearance. Let's make this 50 and let's make this bold. All right. I also noticed one thing actually. I'm just gonna copy this and paste it. I'm just gonna get rid of the second line over here. And from here, I'm gonna get rid of the first line. Now for the second text, I'm gonna change the font color to this. All right. So we had two text fields actually. Let's add a third one, which is going to be the subtext, which is the number one community for technical founders. I'm just going to copy this, paste it over here, center this as well, make this 18, and let's make this medium as well. Now, I'm just going to group these two text fields first into a column container. I'm going to call this group text 1, just for my reference. Now, let's select the second text, right click, group them into column again. Let's call this group section 1 dash 1. All right, and let's see the gap that we had over here, which is 12. So click on layout and let's add a row gap of 12. Let's get rid of min height as well. All right, now let's add a input field over here. I'm just going to call this as input email. Placeholder is going to be enter your email, and content format is going to be email because we're capturing email. Now let's see. The width of this is 300. That's fine. So let's click on layout. Let's make width 300 and let's change height to 40. Let's also add a button which was called as join free. Let's call this join for free. Join for free. Click on layout and check fix width. Min width is going to be 0. Check fit width to content. Height is going to be 40. There we go. Now I'm going to group these two elements together into a row container. Let's call this group input. And the space between them was 12 again. And then I'm going to group these two elements together with a row gap of 24. So let's add a column gap of 12. All right. Let's change the horizontal alignment, container alignment as well. Min height is going to be 0. And let's make it fit. You know what? It's okay. That's fine. No need to change the width. All right. Now I'm going to select these two groups together. Right click, group them into a column container with a row gap of 24. Min height is going to be 0. And let's call this again group section 1 dash 1. All right. I'm going to select group section 1, click on min height. Let's make it 0 and uncheck this box because I need some space to work with. Now, let's see the spacing that we have between all these groups in our group section 1. So we had 32 as a row group. So let's add a row group of 32. Now let's drop an image, and from the asset file just upload the cover image. I'm going to click on layout and check this. Min width is going to be 0. Keep element aspect ratio fixed. Amazing. Now it's time to focus on the last part. So I'm just going to copy this text field. I'm going to drop it over here. And let me check. Was it 18? Yeah, it's 18 semi-bold, which is trusted by world-class professionals. Now this is basically called a social proof. So in order to create your community landing page, make sure you are adding few social proof. Basically wins the trust of your, you know, members. All right, click on layout. I'm just gonna uncheck fit read to content. Now I'm gonna drop another image over here. Where the hell did it go? Oh, let's make this last. And from the static file, let's upload Google image. Click on layout and check fixed width, min width 0. Check this box that is keep element aspect ratio fixed. In the appearance, let's change the opacity to 40. All right. Now let's see the dimension of this. So we have 215 as width and 80 as height. All right. Let's see. What if we make it 3 by 2? Too big. 16 by 9. Way too big. Uh, you know what? Let's hard code it. Let's make it 215. Height is going to be 80. And let's make it fixed height and fixed width. I'm just gonna copy this, paste this, again upload another social proof. I'm just gonna go with Microsoft, copy and paste. This one is going to be Uber. And lastly, we have Wise. Now let's group these four images together into a row container. I'm gonna click on layout. Min height is going to be 0, and let's add a column gap of 21. Let's call this group social proof image. Let's group these two elements together into a column container with a row gap of 24. And let's get rid of min height as well and make it 0. Let's call this group section 1 dash 3. So this was section 1 dash 1, this was section 1 dash 2, and this is section 1 dash 3. I'm going to select group section 1 and check this box that is fit height to content. There we go. So we're done with our section 1. Let's preview this and let's get rid of this debugger as well. right, this one is not aligned in the center. Yeah, it's not aligned. All right, so yeah, let's do one thing. I'm gonna make this, center this. Let's refresh. Amazing. All right, let's focus on the second section. All right, now again, same thing. So I'm just gonna copy this element over here, and then we have cards. So that's fine. Easy. Easy peasy. Alright. I'm just gonna copy our section, group section one, and paste it over here. Just make sure to get rid of all the things that you had set. So I'm gonna get rid of top margin. Apart from that, I think it looks good. Let's get rid of this image. Let's get rid of this group as well. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of. I'm just gonna copy this. Select this group, paste this, and I'm going to get rid of this whole group text one. Right click, delete. All right, let's make this text as first. Let's see, what do we have? Is it 50? Yeah, it's 50. I'm just going to copy this, which is get full access to 30 plus curated courses, and I'm going to paste it over here. For the subtext, same thing. Connect, learn, grow with your fellow no coders. There we go. Let's click on layout and check this. Same goes with this also. I want them far wide apart. All right, so we have this. I'm gonna change this to group section 2 dash 1. All right, I'm gonna select group section 2, do the same thing and check because we need space to work with, guys. Come on. Now over here, what I'm gonna do is let's see the design. So we have an image, two text fields, and another text field over here. All right. So let's drop an image. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna upload a static image. So from here, just go ahead with any of this image, that is Webflow, Zapier, or Framer. So I'm gonna go with Zapier first. What happened? Click on layout. Keep element aspect ratio fixed. All right. Let's also add a roundness of 6. Then let's add a text field. I'm just gonna copy this. Automate your business with Zapier workflows. Paste this over here. This is semi-bold with font size of 20. So let's make this 20 semi-bold. You know what? I'm just gonna use this image. Click on layout and check this. Same goes with this and check fit with the content. I'm gonna copy this, paste, and this one over here is going to be part-time dot 4 week. And this is medium 14 with our secondary text color. So let's make this 14 medium secondary text color. What else do we have? We have a text field over here. So let's drop text field. Let's make this last. And I'm just gonna paste whatever we had over here. Alright, so now let's see how we have grouped the elements in this card. Alright, so we have grouped these two text fields together and then these three elements together with a row gap of 24. So let's first group these two together. Right click, group them into a column container, click on layout. Let's add a row gap of 6. Min height is going to be 0. Now let's group these three together. Before that, I'm just gonna uncheck this. Alright, now let's group these three together into a column container with a row gap of 24, and it has a padding of 12 all around the edges. I'm gonna get rid of min height. Let's call this group card 1. Let's add a padding of 12 all around the edges. Messed up. Click on appearance. Let's add a background style of white, and let's also add a solid border with our border color. And roundness is going to be 10. This one, let's go with 5. Oh, you know what? Let's make this 15. Alright. I'm gonna select group card 1, right click, copy, select group section 1, and paste it over here. Let's call this as group card 2, and let's make few changes. So from the image, I'm just going to go with Webflow course. This is going to be create stunning websites with Webflow. I'm just going to copy this, paste this over here. Same goes with the content over here. Alright. So now I'm going to select group card 1, select group card 2 as well. Right click, group elements into a row container. Click on layout. Let's add a row gap of 21, column gap of 21 as well. Actually, for row gap, let's make it 12. And let's call this group card holder. Min height is going to be 0. I'm going to select group card 2, select our group card holder, paste it. So now we have 3 cards. Let's call this as group card 3 and start making the changes. I just had an Indian accent. I am Indian. Anyway, this one is going to be Figma course. I'm gonna copy this, paste it over here. Alright, now if you have noticed, so in our Figma file, I have basically truncated the course description. So in order to achieve this in Bubble, it's a pretty simple trick. We just need to add a fixed height. So I'm gonna select this, click on layout, and let's make this, let's go with 20. Let's see how this looks. We just have one line. What if we make it, yeah, 40? 40 looks good. Let's do the same thing over here. Fixed height. Same goes with this. Fixed height. And there we go. I'm gonna select group section 2. Check this box. Amazing. Let's see how this looks. I don't like the space over here, but fine. You know what? Fine. That's okay. That's okay. I noticed one thing actually. At the bottom, I had added a padding of 24 instead of 12. So let's select this group card, and on the bottom, let's make it 24. Same goes with this. Same goes with our third card as well. Alright. We're done with our section 2. Now it's time to work on testimonial. For this, we're going to use a new group instead of replicating the group again, because I want this whole background to stick to the width of the page. Alright, so let's just head back to our bubble editor. Alright, and I'm going to drop a new group, and let's make this last. Let's call this group section 3. Min width is going to be 0, min height is going to be 0, and check fit height to content. On top and bottom, let's add a padding of 60. That's fine. And click on appearance. Let's add a flat color, which is going to be our black background. Now, in this group section 3, we're going to add one more group, and then we're going to style the elements. All right. So let's drop another group. Let's call this group section 3 inner. Click on layout. Min width is going to be 0, width is going to be 1200. Center this. Min height is going to be 0 as well. And check this. And over here, we're going to add a padding of 32 only on left and right. Keep in mind, only on the left and right hand side. Now, the container layout is going to be row because we are stacking elements on these sides and not below. All right, so let's change this to row. Let's make it space between. Let's also add a column gap of 32, row gap of 32 as well. Let's see, we'll figure it out. Let's head over to Figma file and let's see. So we have a group over here, and in this group we have 3 text fields. So this is text 1, this is text 2, this is text 3. So let's first figure out this. So we have a new font over here, which is Playfair Display, and the font size is 32. So let's add a text field over here. I'm just gonna copy this whole content, paste it over here, and detach the style. Font is going to be, search for Playfair Display. Is going to be regular. This one is going to be 32, and font color is going to be white. Looks good. Yeah, looks good to me. Now we have one more text field over here, which is John Doe, the name of the person who gave us the testimonial. This is going to be bold. Let's make it 24 and change font color to white. Let's make it fit with, uncheck this. That is fit with to content. I'm going to copy and paste this again. Let's make this first. You know what? And this one is going to be no code enthusiast if I'm not wrong. Yep. Which is medium fonts color, the secondary text color, and font size is 18. Just gonna copy and paste this over here. Let's make this 18. Let's do, you know what? Let's make this 14. There we go. I'm gonna group them. Group these two text first. Right click into a column container with a row gap of 6, and height is going to be 0. Let's call this group bottom. All right. Now let's make this first. I'm gonna select this group. This text element and this group. This group bottom. Right click, group them into a column container with a row gap of 24. Min height is going to be 0. Let's call this group left. Okay, looks good. I'm going to drop a image in group section 3 inner. There we go. From our asset file, search for testimonial, this one, upload it. And let's see the height and width. So the width is 513 and height is 691. So click on layout, 513, 619, fixed height. Click on appearance. So now stretch it more. Let's make it 650. I don't know. Let's see. 700. Yeah, 700 looks good. And let's make this 500 as height. Click on appearance. Let's add a roundness of 20. And let's add a solid border, which is going to be white. And let's make this width as 5. Let's go with 4. Image is going to be last. Let's center this. I'm going to select group left, center it as well. Sorry, my bad. Change the vertical alignment. I'm going to select group section 3 inner and check this box that fit height to content. Same goes with section 3, fit height to content. And there we go. Let's refresh. Amazing. That looks good. What do we have next? So we have coaches over here. So I'm just going to replicate the section 2 that we had over here because it's pretty much similar. I don't want you or me to waste our important time because we're going to focus on other things. All right, I'm going to select group section 2, click on edit, copy, select the page, right click, paste. I'm going to select our page first and let's add some more height. So I'm going to make this as 9,000. Let's change this to group section 4. So the heading is Meet Our Amazing Coach. Or you know what? Let's call this Meet Our Amazing Team. I'm going to paste this over here. Subtext also, learn and grow with our instructors. I'm just going to copy this group, that is group card 3. Right click, copy, select our group card holder, right click, paste. So now we have 4 cards. Now let's start working on this. So we just have 2 text fields over here which are grouped together with a row gap of 6. So this one is 20 and 14. Okay. So let's make this 20, that's fine. This is 14 as well. Let's make this as a font color. So the first one is Lakewood, who is the CEO. Was it CEO? Yeah, CEO at NoCodersHub. I'm gonna get rid of this text field. And in the image, just upload Blake's name. Where is Blake? Oh, there he is. Amazing. So I'm just gonna copy this group card one, paste it in group card holder. I'm gonna get rid of all of these cards that we had. Again, select this, copy, select group card holder, paste. Let's do the same thing. There we go. Who do we have second? John Smith, Bubble.io master coach. Just gonna move it aside. Bubble.io master. Let's upload his photo as well. Where's John Smith? Where are you, buddy? Ah, there he is. Who's next? Sarah Johnson, Webflow Design Specialist. Let's upload her photo as well. And lastly, we have Emily Davis, who is a Zapier automation guru. I'm gonna copy this. Let's paste this quickly over here. Upload the image. Emily Davis. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Let's see how this looks. Okay. All right. Now let's quickly focus on our second last section, that is CTA section, or you can say section 5. All right. Whew, we're gonna do the same thing that we did for the testimonial. All right, because I want it sticking to the edges. So I'm just gonna copy this group section 3, right click, copy, select our page, right click, paste, and let's call this as group section 5. Let's change the background color to a primary brand color. There we go. And this over here, the section, let's change this to section 5, group section 5 now. Layout is going to be column because we're stacking elements. I'm just going to get rid of this. Let's have some space to work with. All right, I'm just going to copy this text and paste it in group section 5 and delete this whole. Let's also copy this. Yeah, and now we can delete this whole group. All right, so let's see what do we have. So I'm going to copy this, ready to elevate your no-code journey, which is 60. Let's center this. Click on layout and let's make it 60. Then we had text field over here, subtext, which is 20 medium. So let's make this 20. Let's make this medium, center this. There we go. What else do we have? So we have a image section over here. So I'm just gonna drop an image in group section 5 and from the asset file just use CTA image, this one. Click on layout. Keep element aspect ratio fixed. Let's make this 200 as width. Let's go with 150. Yep, let's center this. What else do we have? We have a button over here, which is a different button actually. So let's drop a button and let's call this as join today for free exclamation mark. Click on layout. Let's see and check fixed width. Min width is going to be 0. Let's make it fit width to content. Height is going to be 40. Click on appearance. Let's detach this style. I'm just going to bring this over here and let's design this. So font color is going to be our black color and background is going to be our white color. Looks good. Click on layout and let's center this. Now let's see how we have group things over here. So we have this group which contains two text field and the image with a row gap of 12. All right, so let's quickly group these three together. Right click, group them into a column container with a row gap of 12 and height 0. I'm going to select group section 5 inner, make it fit height to content. Select group section 5 as well and make it fit height to content as well. There we go. Let's see how this looks. Perfect. Now it's time to work on the last part, that is footer, which is similar to what we have in our header. But we are not going to use a floating group, we are just going to use a simple group over here. So I'm just going to drop a group. Let's make this last. I'm going to call this as group footer. Min width is going to be 0, min height is going to be 80. There we go. Click on appearance, background style. Let's add our background color. Alright, looks good. Looks good. Now I'm just gonna head over to a floating group and I'm gonna copy this group header inner. Copy this and let's paste this in group footer. And I'm just gonna change this to group footer inner. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this as well. What else do we have? 2024 copyright. I'm just gonna copy this. Click on appearance. Paste this. Then we have legal and privacy. I'm just gonna copy this. Select group right. Paste it. Copy. Select group right click. Paste. And this one is privacy. There we go. Now I'm gonna select our index page, click on layout, and let's make this 800. And let's see how this looks. Ooh, ooh. We have two headers over here. I'm just gonna get rid of this. Alright, there we go. And we have created a landing page in just 1 hour. There we go. So we're done with our day one. So let's see our Notion docs. We did, if we scroll down, we did style elements. We designed the header, the landing page, and the footer as well. We are still yet to set up the database, but let's do it in our day two. So let's make this as the first thing to do. And there we go. So in day two, we're going to set up database and we're going to build the onboarding flow. So I'll see you over there. And before I end this day, just make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any requests for a new app that you want to build, if you need any help, don't hesitate. You can just drop a comment below, or you can just drop me a text on my platform, that is Bill No Code Hustle, and I'll reply to you as soon as possible. Thank you guys. Have a good day.